Last time, y'all had some pretty rough stuff happened. Going through lots of madnesses, screaming dead bodies, the approaching upon this fungal tower, another incensed madness from all these bodies clinging to you as you try to get to the base, and then a final snap from Sephel as you then turn on the party before your friends were able to put you down. And here you are sitting at the base of this fungal tower with these doors a handful of feet away from you. What are y'all thinking? What do y'all want to do?
Wow, not feeling great.
No.
Yeah.
At the very least, I would like to... we should figure out what we're dealing with. We should see what's in this thing. I have a lot of trepidations about the amount of madnesses that we just got through. And the fact that I'm now down spell slots.
Well, whose fault is that?
That sounds like a you problem.
I blame the swamp. I was... I did not give consent to my mind.
Yeah. Ivan has... Oops, sorry, go ahead, Andrew.
Sorry.
That was just a quick...
No, he's just making fun of me, so it's fine.
There was nothing more to that.
No, there's no added content.
Nothing of substance.
No, it's good. We should beat on each other.
I love the idea of us having this conversation while we're crowded in by all these shuffling.
Yeah, one gets too close, you just push away his face excuse me, I'm trying to talk.
Yeah, I'm just
Having a
pushing it further away with the haft of my staff. Just no, go that way.
Right.
I'm sure you were very good looking once. That is no longer the case.
Yes.
Well, Sephel, if you are no longer confident in going forward yourself, would you like me to look ahead and see what there is to see, and report back, or?
Let's all enter.
We had a vision of what is inside, no? Somebody...
We did. Or what we presume to be inside. I would like to confirm
Yes.
that this is what we're actually dealing with, if there are any pieces we're missing. If I'm honest, I think it would be unwise to not report back all of the things that we have discovered, and perhaps try to gain more information about what we're dealing with. This not having facility of my mind is not something I take lightly, and it has now affected all of us. I don't think we should stay here long, but we should see what's ahead.
I am fine to go in. I think perhaps we stay close, although Starcaller, you in front, I think would be
Yes.
best.
Could y'all, just really quickly for me, can you all make perception checks?
Sure.
Because, you're hanging out here for a few minutes. You're gathering your bearings here. You're naturally going to notice some things.
4.
15.
Okay. Sephel doesn't notice anything.
Yeah, he
He's
has
very
that dude
tired.
grabbing his face.
Sleepy.
19 over here.
19, 15, Ivan, no better. So Scylla and Artomis, you both notice as you guys are kind of discussing this and thinking you kind of want to check it out, but you also don't want to get caught up into something that you can't handle. You both notice amongst the numerous kind of stalks that break off from the larger ones that there are some that are potentially climbable that could lead you up to any one of the numerous windows that decorate the sides. So you don't necessarily have to go straight through the door.
That would be a good option.
Instead of, see, Ivan, you have a good set of eyes on you. Perhaps I'll give you a boost.
Very well, I will check anything. Maybe I can throw down a rope, or I can just peek myself. It's up to you.
Yes, well, look, you or... Sephel, I'm thinking, Ivan, you'll be very good at seeing things, but Sephel might be best at understanding them. Yeah, let me hop you up there, sweetie.
Very well. Okay, so you're going to give Ivan a boost to one of these kind of like roots and throw him up, and then it sounds like Sephel will come with him, and the two of them
I want the two of them up there if I can.
Sure.
And
He's the eyes, I'm the brain.
Just don't need his. Okay,
No
let's
promises.
make a quick strength check from you, Artomis.
cool.
Aided by Ivan trying to kind of scramble up himself, so roll with advantage.
All right. Sick. Is that strength or athletics? I should ask.
Either one.
Okay, then athletics, that's 22.
22. Sweet.
Solid.
So yeah, you manage to heft him right up there. He gets into a good position. Starcaller, if you would push Sephel up, I will take his hand and I will drag him up here with me.
Absolutely. And I'll offer you, like, I'll do the thing where I knit my hands together and give you, like, a leg up.
Okay. Scylla, given the circumstances, a no would be understood, but do you think you could give me my staff? I don't know if I'll need it.
Of course. Sephel, I admire that you didn't want to have it for a moment, but it is hard to walk without it. You can.
Yeah,
you can
it was a
take
very fleeting moment.
Yes. And I will definitely hand that up.
Okay.
Thinking of things held, as Artemis like gives you a boost with his two hands, he's still holding the handle of the rapier in his hand. It's like he's like knitting his like fingers around it, so it's like kind of uncomfortable for you to step off of. But
Yeah, don't slip and fall down.
Yeah, right. Get a
Starcaller,
rapier through my foot.
You could let that go.
no, this is good for the stability of the boost.
Really? That is
Yes.
interesting. Okay.
Um,
Make sure that.
Let the man have his handle.
He's got nothing left.
Never heard of such a thing.
Man, Scylla's getting told all kinds of things. Indigo's in a spider, and rapier,
Yeah,
broken
right.
rapier handles help stability.
I'm sure Scylla's just like, all these mother are just full of horse crap right now.
No, I think she has 100% trust and faith in her group.
Oh yeah.
100%.
So I will scramble up next to Ivan.
Okay, yeah. Between the two, you manage to get up there, and you see that there is probably about 30-40 feet worth of this fungal kind of terrain that you got to get up to before you reach a window that you could either peer or potentially climb in through.
Okay.
So
We're going
Ivan
to
kind
scout
of,
up ahead. If we don't come down in 5 minutes, we're probably dead and you should leave.
yes, leave our bodies here.
Understood.
And
That was surprisingly easy.
All right.
Can I think Scylla would step back to try and get a vantage point to like see them a little bit, but
Yeah,
Probably.
absolutely. So you move back a little ways and you see they're kind of making like an arc up into the left, and you eventually see what if you could kind of identify what the floors would be like inside. This would be about like the third story up. And you see that they kind of like scramble and they reach a small kind of fungal platform, and with a kind of like hop, skip, and a jump, they manage to reach the ledge that forms the base of this window and are able to peer in. Sephel,
Oh, wow.
the thing you notice is that within this large fungal tower, you see what looks like kind of like circles kind of going around the side, formed out of these large fungal caps, and in between them are smaller ones that create staircases, creating these different floors. And moving all about these different platforms and stairs and these odd kind of bridge-like strands of fungi going towards the middle are these bridesmaid-esque figures. And then there in the middle of it all, you see that a few of these bridesmaids are weaving this kind of odd fungal gown upon this 25-foot tall woman comprised entirely of fungi, and she holds kind of like what looks like an odd looking bouquet of just rotten mushrooms.
And this is definitely the woman we saw in our vision?
Absolutely, 100% this is her. And you innately do not, like, you get the instant heebie-jeebies looking at her.
Now that I have her in view, and I can, like, take a look, have I seen or read anything in all my time going through libraries and archives, anything regarding a creature like this?
Roll a Arcana check.
Okay. I'm gonna use... Oh, shit. Do I have any knowledges left? Or did I use... I think I used the last one. I did. I used my last one last session. Okay. So that is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20?
I was expecting, like, oh, no, that's only a 12.
I know. Oh, it's
Yeah,
only
right?
a 20.
Listen, I don't know what we're dealing with. I don't know how high these DCs are.
You do know some stuff about this figure.
Okay.
You recall the name one of the names you heard earlier from the song of that kind of wedding processional. Zugmoy, as you now recall, is the demon queen of fungi, otherwise known as the Lady of Rot and Decay, and she shares a layer of the abyss with another demon lord known as Jubilex, who is the demon lord of oozes.
Get out of there, Sephel.
She's utterly inhuman, and she can control fungal spores and fungal species almost innately, and she loves to control people's minds, often infecting them before they even know it, and then using them as pawns in her greater schemes. So her being here, and you know that Demogorgon's here, and you had remembered with Laura hearing of Grozit.
Yep.
That's 3 demon lords, all within the Underdark. Things are absolutely not
4
okay.
with Dagon, right?
4 with Dagon.
Okay, so this this is this is Demogorgon level being
Yes.
that we're looking at. Okay.
You would know, however, that with all of your previous checks on these demon lords and stuff like that Demogorgon is like the prince, the ruler of all demon lords, because he has the physical and magical capabilities to overpower every other demon lord so far.
Gotcha. So, a little bit weaker, but that's not saying much. Still, okay.
You're looking at minor god right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Simon, it's gonna be a no from me.
That's fine. Ivan can call his boss, and we'll go talk to
Yeah.
whatever sovereign hired us.
No, Sephel will actually look to Ivan. You seem to know things about beings like this. Has your mother told you anything of Zuktmoy?
You see that his second set of eyes is open, and one is kind of like, from what you can see from the side, one is kind of like looking up and kind of like moving really fast and twitchy, and one is just like dead set ahead, but because of his pupils, it's kind of hard to tell. And he goes, "No, I have not been told anything about her before, but I can sense the great evil and power that she possesses. I currently, in my state, do not have the blessings of the Mother to take this being on, so to speak. I think we would need perhaps a small army or so. As we can see, there are many of these magnet women that are
She has
tended to her.
minions.
Yes, it is not just her that we would have to worry about, but
Not to mention there are all of the beings around the tower. We don't know if she can call upon them at any given moment.
correct. Yes. Oh no, we could very well be walking into certain death, or at the very least a trap. I think it is best perhaps we retreat for now and not reside within her influence for much longer. For who knows what she could do to our minds, especially after everything we've already experienced, no?
I think you're right.
You know, this guy was supposed to be like Transylvanian, and I've like hardcore slipped into French.
You started, and then like last session, I saw
can't hold
like
an
the
accent.
French influence coming in, and
Yeah.
now he's just full on Jacques.
The
It's
French are the conquerors of accents.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Sooner or later, you will slide into French.
Maybe that's what the world needs to crush the superpower that is Russia. We just need to throw the French accent at them.
You know what?
Yeah.
The French are doing great in their country right now. They're killing it.
I was about to say, you tell them that Russia's threatening their pension, Russia's gone.
Oh, they're done.
And don't
Instant.
worry, I will be editing that out. Topical
Russia will be
humor.
on fire, and the guillotines will be everywhere within a week.
I think we just need to bring back public execution, if I'm honest. No,
for politicians. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways.
When's the last time the guillotine was used by the French government officially? Anybody? Anybody?
No,
1980s.
I know.
Sam?
1972.
Yes.
Nice.
Fun Brendan fact that we can cut if you so choose. My high school girlfriend came from the family that created the guillotine.
Oh.
You dated a guillotine?
They were the guillots.
Wow.
That's staying,
you know,
that's staying in.
that explains so much, my friend. Your
Yep.
your dark humor. It's all coming together now.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna die, get them all out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wild.
let us. Yeah, so this is a no.
Yeah, so
Hard
we're
pass.
leaving.
Yeah, no, I'm about to blue ball the entire listening base. This is not happening. So Sephel will retreat back down the trunk and convey all of that to Scylla and Artomis. I have had some slips in judgment and allowed us to run headlong into some pretty stupid things before. I will not advocate for a battle with a demon lord at this time.
What?
Is anybody else familiar with Zuktmoy?
Zucked what?
That's impolite, my friend.
Sorry.
You shouldn't say that.
Bless me. She is the demon lord of fungi. She can control fungal species innately. She is the goddess of death and rot and decay.
Do we think that Stool knows
That
that
is a-
this being is here?
That's a good question.
I think we have some questions for the Stuhlmeister.
I
Yes.
think that the longer any myconoid remains in that colony, they are at a very high risk of being subject to this being. I don't like leaving creatures to suffer like this. But I do not believe this is something that we can handle in our current state.
You guys
What?
turn around and you just see Stool just.
I brought you here for this.
What are you doing with
For the listening audience, Will has made Stool's token bigger than the tree itself on the map.
The size of the
You just
map.
see him. He's trying to get through the crevice into this back area. Just.
Yes, there will be a wedding, and the wedding is to me.
Where's my bride?
You're already my pawns.
Anyway.
I think we're all in agreement that we should return
Yes.
and speak with the lovely mushroom queen or leader who sent us here.
Yeah, Will, was it Philo or Basidia that sent us?
Basidia.
Yes, Basidia was the one who sent you. She was nervous because in the recent weeks, Philo had been acting extremely odd. And I believe she told you that their practices used to be that, like, all the myconids of the Grove would come together at the end of their kind of like working day and meld together through song. However, Philo, the other kind of sovereign, and don't let the term sovereign kind of fool you. They're not a king and queen, nor are they necessarily like a couple of any sort. They're more like community leaders in a sense. They're kind of like the largest. They can take on more of the jobs that many of the other myconids can't do, because you remember when you first met Stool was literally just a mushroom cap with two stubby legs.
Mm-hmm.
And so Basidia had said to you, Philo's been acting weird. He broke us up into these various circles, and some of these circles have been talking about, this day of celebration that's coming, and singing these weird songs. And then Philo created this circle of masters that included Yesterbrod, and they started making this garden of welcome. And slowly more and more of the myconids within the colony had started talking about this day of celebration and had been very erratic. And when they tried to melt minds, many of them were like, this does not feel good or right. So she really just asked you, like, can you go check out the Garden of Welcome and let me know what you see or find out?
Yes, I believe our best bet here is to go speak to Basidia and Stool.
Yes. Let's return post-haste.
Agreed.
Okay. So you guys start making your way back through the swamp. These bodies, these spore servants, continue to kind of move in this spiral dance around this large fungal tower. And you guys make your way up to the rising kind of mushroom cap ramp that leads around this cavern. And eventually you make your way back to the Garden of Welcome, where you had fought Yesterbrod, and you see that there's really been no changes here. Where his body was left by the wedding processional is still there, but you see more of its, like, pieces of its maggoty body are starting to, like, fall off and, like, quickly decay into the rest of the cesspools that are here in this space. And then you all manage to quickly find your way down the ramp into the lower sections. So you guys managed to make it down this kind of natural ramp. You're out of there. Things are beginning to smell and sound a bit better than they were before, when you kind of can't shake that permeating mist of spores that kind of clung to you before. But you manage to make it down there, and you see Basidia very quickly in this circle of hunters that you guys had encountered before.
Do we see Philo anywhere?
You don't see Philo.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, do we think that he's going to... I mean, he knows what he's sending us off to.
Oh, he's totally
Right.
a problem.
Yeah, so do you think he's going to get tipped off by the fact that we are back if he sees us?
I don't care. I think we dead-eye him.
Just call his bluff.
Yeah, like, if he sees us, we just, like, stare.
How about you all roll me either insight or arcana? I would
Okay.
kind of prefer insight, but arcana will do in this as well.
18 for
Right.
Arcana.
Artemis, Andrew, you look very
Dirty
happy.
20 insight.
Nice. Scylla?
15 insight.
Great. You know from your extended periods of time with Stool that his communicative spores have a limited range. They can only go so far. And so you would think that, these guys can't always be in contact with each other, when they were describing the melds and Basidia was talking about like the circles and stuff, these guys have to be physically relatively close to each other to be able to do this kind of mind thing.
Yeah.
You don't know the range of Zugmoy's ability to communicate with these things, but you do know her spore influence seems to have tapered off here. How Philo and some of his followers got connected, you would think they were probably pretty close to her, and on their own have naturally migrated out here. So you're not 100% sure, but you think it's unlikely that they have direct contact between each other in this moment.
Okay.
Depending on where he is. You don't see him, though.
Either way, he sent us to the Garden of Welcome, though.
Yeah.
He did send you up there.
So he's
But
either
he was-
unconcerned and doesn't think it's a bad thing, or he's evil.
Yeah, I mean, like, gross
Yeah.
negligence is like the best thing we can say for him.
Right.
Yeah.
He's either
Mhm.
negligent or he wanted Yesterbrod to slice us in half.
Either way, I don't want to make a scene just yet, so we should try to remain out of his view if possible.
Yeah, if we
So
can, like,
let's pull Basidia.
yeah, let's sneak over to Basidia.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's like this alcove kind of tucked away that I think we're kind of like where our tokens are, but just describing it for the audience. As we
Gotcha.
like are on this lowest level, we're like there's like kind of a wall that curves that we could stand by and kind of gesture Basidia over maybe.
Yeah, no. She actually has been like keeping an eye out for where you guys went up, and she sees you come down, and I imagine you guys are kind of like waving her over deeper into this pocket beneath this cliff, or terrace, I should say. And she actually comes over and joins the lot of you there. She's like, so I don't remember if I gave her a special voice or not, but she's like, what news do you bring me?
It's not the good kind.
It seems rather
shit.
bad.
It's probably worst case.
Double
So-
shit.
Yes, I
Hashtag
would say
shit.
it's perhaps worse than worse.
Yes.
You heard of a
You-
demon lord?
You have a demon lord in your garden.
They are not very welcoming.
How did she? I'm so confused.
I don't know the ins and outs, and I'm sorry to overwhelm you, but from what we could... Were you familiar with Yesterbrod?
Yes, no, he was one of us.
Was he?
Yes,
Okay,
was.
so he wasn't always a bloated maggot creature.
He's a bloated maggot creature now.
Was.
Past
Was.
tense.
Yes,
had
was.
to deal with him.
Yes,
Apologies.
we got to the welcoming garden, and by the way, have you been to the welcoming garden?
No,
'Cause
they
it is
Philo
Don't
and
go
his
there.
circle
Bad
of
idea.
masters were-
Don't go.
Oh,
filled
okay.
with corpses, absolutely filthy with corpses. Remember those drow that Philos had left?
Yes.
Yeah, they're all up there.
Yeah, they're there. They're just screaming to be killed.
Yes, they're buried up till their chins.
That's
Long story short, Zuktmoy, if I don't know if you're familiar with this being, I don't assume all fungi
don't
know each other, is the demon lord of fungus. Has corrupted the entire land around the garden, and I am assuming is responsible for Philo and Yestabrod's corruption as well.
Oh.
I can only assume that every being that Philo has sent up there has fallen victim to her army of spore servants. And apologies, but this is not an issue that we are equipped to solve for you.
No, of course. I didn't ask you to. I simply wished to know what was happening, that I could not see. Philo and his closer retinue would not allow me up into this garden of welcome, which sounds anything but. And I am truly saddened to hear of the drow and those up there that have been trapped. And Yestabrod, if this is her, do you think it's her influence that transformed him so?
I would assume so. We honestly don't know. I mean, Sephel knows the most, and I wouldn't say he knows all that much about exactly how these demon lords work, but everywhere that we have seen them, they have wrought destruction.
They corrupt the minds of those around them, and I will say this is...
They were dancing as well.
Yes, there was dancing, there was singing that
but not
drove us to
not
madness.
good dancing.
No, not good
It
dancing.
was scary.
I know dancing.
They were
not.
doing zombie dancing, and I'm not talking Michael Jackson Thriller zombie dancing.
Yeah, she starts doing
No,
Thriller.
No.
I do love
no,
a
not
good
that.
thrill. Yeah.
No, jokes aside, the situation you are dealt with is very severe.
Do we have any understanding as to why she's here? What does she want?
A wedding?
A
Yes.
wedding?
Yes,
We want to marry her.
I'm not what you would traditionally call a smart guy, but I would say this wedding has something to do with this coming day of celebration. And
Oh, that does make sense, Starcaller.
I would think we would want to be gone well before that takes place.
Yes, you've connected the dots on that one. I would have to agree.
Is it... But who... oh...
Did we
So-
hear anything? I can't remember the full song we got from the procession. Did Yestabrod or anyone in the procession say anything about who the husband is?
You remember
can't-
two names, actually.
Okay.
Sam, it sounded like you were going to say something.
Lebanold?
No. I don't know where that came from, but that could totally be me.
I wrote down Kevin MacLeod, but I think that's what it
That's the song. That's the guy who makes the music.
Yeah, that's the music that we're listening to.
Oh no.
Well,
no.
that's what we got for you.
Keep that in this.
Oh god.
Shout out to our boy.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
get Kevin in here.
Let's go
Yes,
special
the
K.
great Kevin she's
He's
marrying.
actually every demon lord.
For all these
He is the brain.
bomb ass tracks, we had to give him a space here in the
Yeah,
episode.
right.
No. So you're all thinking back on this, and the two names that you believe were names, you now definitely know one of them to be true. That come to mind are these were the lines: "Youth is gone, beauty rots, Aramacos, and Zugdmoy. Joined together heart to heart, becoming one till death do part." And I will put that spelling in our roll 20 for you. Please correct me if you guys think you
Who's
have
Aramacos?
a better pronunciation of this name. It's Aramycos.
Does that ring any bells?
Starcaller, considering you've been down here the longest, give me a nature check.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've been down here a long time.
That's fair. Yes, absolutely, Scylla. You can roll a nature check too. Sephel, I'm gonna say this is out of the realm of your wheelhouse. Like automatically, you're like, this name is not ringing any bell.
Fair enough.
All right. 16 minus 2, 14.
Nice. Scylla,
Dirty 20.
Nice.
dirty 20. Okay.
Flexing your positive intelligence score, whatever.
+1.
Scylla, you know of two greater things within the Underdark. One of them being the Dark Lake. It's a special body within the entirety of the Underdark. There are many other smaller kind of underground rivers and lakes, but the Dark Lake is one because it holds its like an almost entirely different ecosystem. The other thing that you heard of is the single largest living organism in almost the entirety of the Underdark, and maybe all of Faerun. And you had heard this name very briefly in passing. But Artomis is the massive fungal body that almost all myconids in the Underdark eventually, when they quote-unquote die, meld and become part of. And I don't like, how many of you guys out of like character right now have you ever looked at a map of like the northern part of Faerun, like the classic part? You got Netherwinter and like some of the local forests and stuff like that.
Gate is on the
Sword Coast, yeah.
Yeah. Like you could look it up if you wanted to real quick on Google.
Well, I wouldn't look it up via Bing.
This episode sponsored by Bing.com.
Essentially, Artomis is a giant melded fungal body that is under one giant hive mind, the size of the largest forest within the north. It is hundreds of miles large, both in width and length. Almost every fungal body within the Underdark is almost entirely linked to Artomis in some way or form.
So the high forest in northern Faerun, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. It's the same size, if not maybe a little bit bigger than the high forest.
That's
boy.
a big boy.
And it's all
So-
one mind.
It's kind of like coral.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
So sorry. So this demon lord
Mm-hmm.
of fungus
Mm-hmm.
wants to wed
Quote unquote. Yeah.
the fungal growth, like the entire fungal growth of the Underdark.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
illegal.
So she's going to oh boy.
This is
So-
bad, guys. This is
Yeah.
very
So
bad.
Scylla, you have this realization and you put together that, like, knowing what she's corrupted here, if she were to somehow connect in a way with Artomis, the Underdark itself could collapse within weeks, if less time, to her entire whim. And either you don't want to be there, or somehow she's got to be stopped.
The entire Underdark could?
Because it covers hundreds of square miles, Artomis, if she gets her influence in there and takes over all of that, and you know how much of that body connects to things that people eat within the Underdark,
Mm-hmm.
her spores could take over so quickly.
Damn. I had not connected the dots on Artomis.
However we want to pronounce it.
Aramicos. They are the largest fungal being. Well, it's kind of strange. It's almost like they are both a non-living entity, but also a living entity. But they are larger than the Dark Lake, and the Dark Lake is very big.
And Basidia speaks up because this is the first time you've said the name. She's like, she wants to marry Artomis.
Yes, and that seems bad, does it not? I would think
No.
that would result in, well, destruction.
I either have to get all of those unaffected by her out of here and as far away as possible, or we have to try and stop her.
We should leave.
I'm leaning towards that.
We are not equipped right now to take this on. Maybe we can get there. Maybe. But
unless you have some sort of secret weapon here, Basidia, I believe we must flee.
No, I have no secret weapon. We have only ourselves, and I am perhaps one of the most bodily able to do harm to anything. We have a handful of spore servants that haven't been following Philo, but the rest of my people are not fighters. We're not born. We're not bred for this kind of thing.
How much of your community maintains their mental fortitude and is still loyal to you?
Perhaps about 40, if I had to put a quick number on it.
You should talk to Stool. We have a sort of forward operating base of sorts in the city of Dimcairn. If you can gather your people and take them there...
Sephel, if I could just... They're not really happy with us right now. If we were to just bring a bunch of migrants, I don't know.
They'll deal with it.
Fine.
Oh shit. Okay, Artomis.
They're mildly upset with us at the moment. We're going to pay them off. It's fine. If you can find King Boletaire and Queen Griselda, mention that you know the S crew. They sent you. You will be taken care of.
Stool could easily lead you there, and he would vouch for us. He was there.
Yes. Look, we need to... Where is Stool? We need to make sure he has not been corrupted.
Oh no, he has been near Philo for a little while. I will try to retrieve him quickly. And she starts like moving back towards that central kind of middle basin where you guys had found the sovereigns before.
Lucidia, but before you go,
yes,
do not mention that we are back. Do not let Philo know that we have spoken. Do not let him know what is going on. I don't know the depths of his corruption, but I would hate to have him think something is going on and react. It is best that you and your people leave as discreetly as possible.
Agreed. And quick question for you. This wedding ceremony that Philo is creating, are there like important aspects to it? This is something that I didn't fully ask, but perhaps we cannot stop Zugdemoy, but we could stop the wedding?
I do not know. I have not risked melding with his mind to garner any information, because so many that have become more erratic of late. So any details of it I am not aware of.
No, that is for the best. Discreet exit is good.
All right, I will see if I can fetch Stool, and hopefully he will not have been infected. One moment. And so she moves off. And you guys are left to yourselves in this moment. What are you thinking, doing anything?
Yes. That's an excellent idea there, Scylla. Perhaps if we cannot fight Zugmoy, perhaps we can snip this off at the other end. I don't know enough about myconoids to know how to do that, besides the obvious killing of Philo, which I am inclined towards, personally. But
the only thing I think that we could feasibly do to sabotage the ceremony is to either take out one of the parties, which does not seem feasible to me, as one is a demon lord and the other is half of the fungus in the Underdark. We could remove the person who is to perform the ceremony.
That is what I suspect Philo is doing.
Do we know if that was Philo or was that Yestabrod?
You don't entirely know. You remember from kind of the mock wedding that some of the bridesmaids and one of the larger Myconids had kind of like moved his body in kind of like a priestly like way, presiding over the wedding. It could have been him. It could have been Philo. You don't know if there isn't even truly an officiant. You don't know if this is really a wedding of sorts, or is Zugdmoy just going to somehow get to Aramikos and begin infecting him. You don't know.
I don't like to be the pessimist, but I know it is my role. I don't know if there is anything that we can actually do to stop this melding. I think what we have are two options. We remain down here. We find as many civilizations as possible. We gather allies. We gather strength of our own. Hatch this egg that we found. Go back to Dimcan and talk to the king. Explore the ruins more. Talk to Sekarak. Find something to get a leg up. So that when the demons come knocking... Because let's say we stay. Let's say we sabotage this wedding and piss off the Queen of Decay. There are 3 more within short miles.
I am on board with you, Sephel, but I must admit to being a little frustrated because when I met you both, I wanted to get more power and to hatch a dragon egg, and then we gave away not 1, but 2 dragon eggs.
Yes, we did.
So I think...
Wait, you gave away 2 dragon eggs?
Well, 1 was stolen.
What? Yeah, that's...
To be fair, 1 was stolen. and I will be held accountable for giving the other away.
But now that you say that 1 was stolen, perhaps we get it back.
That would require us to go back to Gracklestug.
Hey, perhaps, if Stool is willing, and he would transport these 40-odd myconoids back to Dincan, and, set up shop there, we may not need to tread backwards. There are other cities, other civilizations down here. We have not yet been to Blindenstone. And again, the surface will be affected by this. There are orders and knights and armies perhaps we could rally to our cause, as well as gathering those we can.
There is the other option as well, that we get the fuck out. I know what we spoke of, and I personally... I have so much more I want to discover down here. And, Artomis, I know you do not seem like a man to walk away from crushing heads and all that. But there is the question of if we are even the people to take this on.
I agree. I think that the idea of going to Blindenstone is the largest civilization, no?
Yes, Gnomish, I believe.
I believe that there might be someone there who could tell us more about what these demon lords might be interested in. If we go somewhere to a larger civilization, we might find someone who has arcane knowledge and history. Not that you don't, Sephel, but...
No, there is no offense taken there. I am severely lacking in the knowledge I would like to have.
Finding someone who could tell us what they might be... why are they here?
Indeed.
If we knew why, I think we could perhaps have that power to do something about it.
Yes.
There is also the topic of my past that I have been avoiding. I don't know if that helps at all, but if I was some protector of the plains, there might be history there to explore. Others that did what I did.
Indeed, and look no further, my friend, to the egg you now carry. There are things we have at hand, and believe you me, we are not walking away from this. This is a war. This reconnaissance has not yielded a fruitful plain of battle, but we will return, and we will smite this filth from the earth.
Agreed.
A tactful retreat.
And maybe we kill Philo on the way out. Just maybe.
I'm down.
If push comes to shove. Well,
We
hold on.
we can't leave without murder.
I mean, listen.
Listen to this. I got this. We
Just one for the road.
Stool takes the guys home.
Mhm.
We roll around the corner, slow motion style. We make eye contact with Philo. All of a sudden, he's like, "Oh no, I'm messed up," and we're like,
Oh yeah, motherfucker.
"Tell us everything you know." And then he tells us all we know, and then boom, kill him.
Scorching ray there, divine smite there. Kind of for it.
He's certainly not a good influence. I would be fine with this.
I'm very good at planning.
You know, if you need some strategic justification, there is a solid argument to be had about strategically wiping corruption from where it lays.
Yes.
We could kill all of the
Strategically, yes.
Philo is responsible for sending more and more individuals up to the garden. If Zuktmoy lost her mailman,
If I were to hide in the water and you could get Philo to come to the edge, I could just grapple him and drown him.
Jesus
I don't know that he needs to breathe. I love where your
No.
head's at.
No, you're right.
I don't know
if he
that
does
he
that.
I don't know that I like it. I'm a little scared, to be honest. Okay. All right, real talk. Are we torching the rot?
Yes.
I think so. I think at the very least, I think we'll gain some information from confronting Philo that would be useful in our next approach to this situation or to maybe to others.
And then
Okay.
we literally burn the tree and run away.
Oh, I don't want to go anywhere near
No.
that tree. No.
No.
We killed this dude and we get the
No.
heck out of Dodge, girl.
We torch it here. We stop.
Oh.
Because honestly,
Scylla's like,
Contain-
let's leave burning dog shit on our front door. Peace out. And then
let's
trek
knock
a
her
mile
mailbox
back
off
without
with a
her coming.
baseball bat.
Yeah,
No,
right.
Now you're talking.
Yeah. Debauchery! No.
Molotov cocktail.
So how are we going to take out Philo?
I kind of think that we just play like, honestly, we're the girlfriends right now, like getting our bitch out of an abusive relationship, just dead-eyeing that abusive asshole the entire time, and if he says shit, burning hands, motherfucker.
Mm.
I will say, remember, Presidia did say that she has like 40 dudes, and everybody else is with Philo.
Well, right, like,
No, I do think we have to like get him away from all these tree people.
got you. So you want like
people.
you want like tactical assassination.
Yeah, like I think we have to drag him away, like convince him to walk away, and then we just slaughter him and run.
Ivan's like, now listen to me here. Why don't we go up to the Garden of Welcome?
Oh, he's fucking British, dude.
I'm slipping all over the place. Very well. No, we go up to the Garden of Welcome. We climb upon the Zerkwoods there on top of the terrace. And then we wingsuit, paratrooper down,
What the
jump
fuck
on
is
top
that?
of him,
What's
and just
paratrooper?
stop.
Yeah. Now this guy gets it.
This is actually... we do know that he has been corrupted by Zuktmoy. He believes in whatever the garden is. He hasn't seen us return. If we go to him, speaking as if we have found the enlightenment that he speaks of, and we wish to confer with him in the garden,
Yes.
we can lure him to where we fought Yesterbrod
Mm-hmm.
and take him there.
Yes,
Indeed. And we fought there before, and no
We
one
know
heard
the
a thing.
ground.
I want that XP.
You're just gonna say the quiet part out loud, huh, Sam?
Yeah, what everybody wants.
Naked greed of Samantha Conklin.
Level up. Fat level up.
I will leave this garden level 6, or so help me God.
As you guys are coming up with this plan, you see Basidia is like starting to round that corner, and she does have Stool with her.
Good.
I'm not trying to like stop your planning or anything
Nope.
like that, but you
No,
see that like Basidia has made it out, and
I think
Stool
we're in a
is
good
there.
spot.
No, I think this is we know the plan. This is just
Yes.
part of it. Yeah.
Okay. So they get closer, and she's like, I have brought Stool with me, but and Stool's like, what's going on, guys? What's up?
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Hi.
It is genuinely good to see
Why do
you.
you have all your weapons out?
Because
Why
we're
are they
here to
pointed
kill
at me?
you.
Scylla,
It's-
why
we've
are you
waited
carving
long
my arm
enough.
off?
Boletaire ran out of soup
yeah, right.
material, so we're sending him some.
Stool.
Oui.
How do we say it? The Garden of Welcome. You know that exists, right?
I've heard Philo talking a lot about it, and same with
Shit's
like.
fucked, dude.
It
What?
is not very welcoming. It is.
Very,
It
very
is.
bad.
Oh.
It's like
It
a
is
murder
a lot
thing.
of people who were potentially innocent, buried up to their necks and crying for mercy. And then
Oh.
there is a large tree over yonder, and she like points. And it happens to have a demon lord inside of it who is controlling a lot of your spore servants.
If I could vomit right now, I would vomit. This
That's
is horrible.
fair.
So here's what we need you to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
Save your
remember the?
people.
Yes, you're going to be a hero right now.
That's right.
Awesome.
Do you remember the way to Dimcairn?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember the way.
I need you to lead Busidia and the
Busidia?
Myconids that...
When'd she become my boo? When'd she become your boo?
What is it? Oh, it's
What's
Busidia.
the
Whatever.
relationship?
Lead your boo-boo, your sweet thing,
Okay.
to the City of Ember. Get them to safety. We will join up with you as soon as we can.
If you stay, you and those who are not corrupted will turn into spore servants and not be. You won't be good anymore.
I want to stay good.
I know.
Yeah. No. I'll take you and the others to Dimcairn. Yeah. No. I'll lead him. Don't you worry. I won't fail.
Busidia, how soon can your people be ready to leave?
Well, I can start getting everybody together. We'll have to be a little careful about it, as we don't want to attract any attention from Philo, or the.
We will
others.
handle Philo. We just need to know. we just need to know the time frame that you need. Do you need to gather things? Do you need to?
I just need to
how-
gather my people, and we'll be out of
Okay.
here. Time is a weird concept for us.
Sure. We are going to draw Philo into the entry of the garden for a conversation.
Okay.
When we leave, you need to be going. Can you do that?
Yes. I will give you a signal when I have all my people, and when we begin moving out.
Can you give us any information as to how Philo defends himself?
The same as perhaps I would. My fists and
Wonderful.
my spores, generally used to either reanimate or control spore servants.
Are there any natural defenses against your spores?
I'm not entirely sure, unless you could set the very air aflame and burn them all before they reach you. That would be my
Interesting.
only possible conceivable way. I've never
You
thought
don't
of activating
say.
how to destroy my own self in a way.
If you wanted to kill, no, I'm not gonna.
No,
Not
that is very
considered
helpful.
suicide.
I think we will wait until you give us a signal that you are ready to take the people away, and then we will draw Philo to the garden.
Once we disappear over the terrace, when we are out of eyeshot, that is when you are clear to leave.
Okay. All right. Stool. And she starts like leaning Stool away, and she's like telling him like, I'm gonna go to this circle and this circle. You start gathering them, and we'll meet back over by the lake. And you see them kind of like disappear. About 30 or so minutes you would reckon go by, and you see Basidia appear like in the distance over by the lake, and you see Stool pop up with her. You don't see anybody else, but she like gives you whatever signal you guys had to decided upon, where she's like, everybody's in position and they're good to go.
Let's go find Philo.
Indeed, I was warning my friends. I believe myself to be fairly persuasive. Would you like me to bring Philo to you up in the Welcome Garden, or should we go all together?
I think that's a fine idea. Let Scylla and I go up and prepare, and you
Agreed.
can tell him that we have already given ourselves to the Great Cedar.
Yes.
Sephel, perhaps you could bury me.
I don't trust the dirt up there, so I'm not going to do that.
What a sentence. I don't trust the dirt.
If I bury you, I don't know if I'm getting you back, so let's not.
That is smart. Okay. Good
Excellent.
thinking.
Okay,
Yeah,
so yeah.
Scylla, Sephel, and Ivan go up, and Artemis goes down.
All right. Yeah, you guys head up to the Garden of Welcome. Artemis, you head into kind of like this central area where you do see Philo kind of talking to a couple other myconids, and they all seem to be kind of like swaying and almost doing like this odd kind of diminutive dance of a sort.
I'm gonna get in there, and I'm gonna kind of start doing that same sort of sway, like just a little two-step, as if I too I'm on their, I'm resonating to their vibrations.
Roll me a performance check.
13. Not a great actor.
Okay. Philo like turns kind of with this sway, and he's like, Artemis, it's good to see you. How was the garden?
Oh, Philo, it was most ingratiating. My friends and I are drawn to the Great Cedar to prepare for the coming day of celebration. Would you join us there, Philo, so we might all commune in welcoming?
Roll a persuasion check.
Right.
With advantage because of your dance.
Do a little dance. Cool. That is a 21.
Okay. Philo goes, I am very pleased to hear that you have seen our ways and have chosen to join us. Of course, I will go to the garden with you. Do not worry, my friends. And he turns to the other myconids. I will return. And he begins to follow you towards the Garden of Welcome.
Cool. Yeah, I'll lead him on up.
And let me transfer us over to
So
the
what
better
is
map.
the actual play here? Like, are we trying to get information from him? Like, are we trying to incapacitate and interrogate him first, or are we just murking this dude?
I mean, I think good cop is good to start. He might give up some information, and then as soon as we think he's like done, then we murk.
Okay.
Yeah, I do want at least like at least a moment of like straight play with him where it's like, oh, actually, we killed your boy, and you're gonna tell us what's up here.
Got you. So I will set phasers to stun first.
Yeah, can I be crouched behind Yesterbrod's corpse?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can be hidden behind there.
I just almost fucking called you Indigo. Artemis, when you get up here with him, if you want to give a little bit of a wide berth, I can cast a Magnify Gravity on him. And that will, like, severely hinder his movement speed. Sort of hold him in place. It'll do a little bit of damage. I don't know what he's sitting at for hit points, but I can't imagine it's, like, nothing. But it'll also stop him from moving as much.
As long as that's a great idea. Making sure he can't escape.
Right. I also, because I have hold person, but I don't know if he, like, for the wording of the spell would be considered a person.
Yeah.
So
yeah, good thought there.
So yeah, leave him. What is it? Yeah, leave him 10 feet of berth, even if it's like dodging out of the way at a moment.
I just imagine Artemis is like leading up, still like kind of like swaying as he marches, and then like he sees Sephel, they make eye contact, and then Artemis just like duck and rolls out of the way,
just like side dodge. Magnify Gravity.
You're legitimately casting it right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. What is it? Like a strength check?
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
I'm only gonna cast it at first level.
Okay. He got a 6.
That's a hard fail.
Okay.
So his movement speed is halved. And that is a... Is that a minute? No. Speed is halved until the end of it. Okay. I probably should have read this. So it's only until his next turn. So this is going to give you a second to... Basically, you need to incapacitate him.
Cool.
Like...
So you guys march him up here, Artemis keeping to the swaying, Philo kind of lumbering along, and as soon as he gets within a kind of decent view, Sephel, you reach out, you cast Magnify Gravity.
Yeah, so he takes 11 points of force damage. I imagine, like, Artemis rolls out of the way, and I'm, like, bringing the weight of the world just, like, down on him, like, forcing him to almost crumple to the ground. So
Okay.
Artemis can get in there.
His knees begin to like buckle, and he's like, what is this? Why do you push upon me? I thought you had understood her wishes.
I'm gonna step up to him. I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth in a radius that includes myself, and I'm gonna elect to fail the save.
Okay.
And so it's a cha save for our boy here.
A cha save. Cha, dude. Natural 2 for a 2.
I think that might make him the first creature to fail one of my saving throws.
Hell,
wow.
So he cannot tell a deliberate lie, and neither can I.
Okay.
No, Yesterbrod. I lied to you.
This is Philo. We killed Yesterbrod.
Oh, crap.
You've ruined it.
Oh,
Where is Yesterbrod?
he's over there. He's dead.
No!
Philo, how long have you been under the whim of this demon queen of rot?
It is hard to say how much time, but a good while we have embraced her song.
How and where will the marriage ceremony be?
She has not shared with us, but Armikos is everywhere. She is just gathering strength now.
How many do you have at your command?
Quick clarification, Sephel. This only lasts 6 seconds.
Yes. So yeah, it was basically meant to like get him incapacitated so that Artemis could come up and like subdue him, or Scylla, whoever.
Okay. So to incapacitate him, one of you needs to like essentially get him in a grapple hold.
Yeah.
So let's quickly retcon that and say how you guys want to do that real quick.
Yeah.
Is it a joint effort here, or is it one of you?
Oh,
Scylla, do you want to
will-
get in there and grab him while Artemis is like casting the
what do you
Zone
think,
of Truth?
Artemis?
Yeah, that would be great. I'd also be happy to help.
I think. What are the? Do you have to do like verbal and somatic and all that kind of stuff for that spell? Because Ivan can also get in there and hold him as well.
Yeah, it's a verbal and somatic, so my hands are busy.
Okay, so then Ivan and Scylla, let's just quickly roll strength checks against Philo here. Ivan got a 16, a natural 16 plus more, so 20. What'd you get, Scylla?
I got a nat 1.
Nat 1. What's your total?
For a 8.
Okay, collectively, it's enough to beat Philo, just barely. So you have Philo. He's wrapped up here. Depending on how long this conversation goes, we'll roll another strength check just overall. But yes, you have him for now, so you can continue your line of questioning.
How many Myconids are at you and Zotmoy's command?
Of my people, I have 50 strong, with many more on the way. Yesterabroad was growing more and more sprouts. That was our purpose here, within the Garden of Welcome. Do you not see them? And you all, he's trying to like move and gesture, and as you guys are looking around, you notice that from these corpses, you see very, very small movement as you realize like extra tiny baby stools are starting to like detach from these decaying corpses and are like very slowly moving about on the ground.
Ew.
So there's
That's
potential
gonna be
for
a problem.
hundreds more.
If there was a way, is there a way to disrupt the ceremony?
I'm not sure, other than the ending of Aramikos or Zugdemoy, a great cedar. But why would you want such a thing?
These people had no choice. They were not given the option to be a part of this, to be infested.
We brought them here to the Garden of Welcome. They came willingly.
Did you tell them what they would become? Did you hear their pleas for death?
They have not died. They were given a chance to bring new life. Surely you see that.
He is a true believer. There's nothing more we can learn from him.
I see
Join us,
nothing
please.
but rot.
Sing our song. Prepare for the great celebration.
I think Scylla waits for the nod from Artemis.
He's like about to like, and when will this celebration be, that we may join you in such celebration?
When our great lady tells us that she possesses the strength to meld with Aramikos.
Artemis nods.
I will bring my sword down twice upon.
All right, let's officially roll for initiative.
Yep.
Okay, almost everybody is going before Philo. So first up, we have Scylla. Beautiful that it worked out that way. Then we have Artemis. And then we have Sephel. And and then we have Philo, and then we have Ivan. Or actually, no, Ivan got one above. Never mind. So it's Ivan and then Philo. So you guys all have the drop. It's very fitting. All right, Scylla, you've got him grappled. Now, do you guys get the grappled condition yourself?
I believe so. I would drop the grapple.
Okay, so you let him go, you back up, and then you're coming down. You said sword?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My the new short sword that I received.
Yeah,
That's right.
The
That's
plus
right.
2 short sword we got off Yesterbrod.
Okay. Well, make your strikes.
Okay. Numero uno. Not great. Nat 1.
Ooh.
Is that 2 in a row?
2 in a row. Gonna put that dice
yep, not great.
aside. Second attack. Dirty 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. That's gonna be 12 slashing.
Okay. He is still up.
Yeah. Does he look in any what kind of a HP gauge am I getting here? Is he bloodied?
He doesn't look that bad. Your first miss was probably you took a step back. You kind of fell into a rut where one of these bodies once laid, and then you came back and you managed to cut off one of kind of the larger stalks near his head. And it's definitely hurt, but he doesn't look down for the count.
And he got the 11 points of force damage from my magnify, right?
Yep, I threw that on there.
Okay.
Yeah, this feels like an action surge. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
25 to hit. I'm gonna add
Yep.
a maneuver die.
Jesus.
Okay, what maneuver are you doing?
This is gonna be my menacing attack, so he's gotta make a wisdom save.
Okay. Natural 12 for a 14.
So that is a failure. He's frightened of me now.
Okay.
And that's gonna be 18 points of slashing.
All right. Get that in there.
And then my last attack.
Okay. You swipe through that first time and you manage to cut off most of an arm. He's like, please, no, I mean you no harm. Go ahead.
You hurt more than you heal. This last attack is gonna be 23 to hit.
That's an absolute hit.
Jesus.
And I'll go ahead and just throw another superiority die on here.
Okay.
It'll be a trip attack to knock him prone. He's gonna make a strength save.
Strength save. 12. I'm assuming that fails.
Yeah, so he's prone and he takes 10 more points of slashing.
Describe your kill.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's pretty. I think she's literally hacking him down. And when he knocks down prone, that last cleave is half through his not his forehead, his mushroom head.
Please, for the great secret. You
Kicks into the
chop
ground and
through the
pulls it
last
out.
bit of spores, just kind of fall out in this sad puff from the numerous holes that kind of made up his mouth, and you see the body just sag, and then the rest of it crumble.
That felt right.
Sephel will approach his body, and as the spores are still puffing out of him, settling, before his body has a chance to become one with the ground, Sephel will snap his fingers and a spark will fling out of them and land on his corpse and start to burn the body.
And you see that it starts to catch pretty quickly. And as his form starts to be consumed, you see a lot of the other kind of dry, rotted pieces slowly start to catch a flame about him. And you think that slowly more and more of this area will eventually be consumed with flame.
Artemis nods appreciatively. Good. We will leave nothing behind us but scorched earth and the bodies of our enemies.
Let the rot turn to fertilizer for real life to bloom.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. We just see that as you guys are running out. I mean, unless there's anything else you guys want to do.
That's beautiful.
We're walking out, fire behind us. That's the way to fly.
right.
Just the Iron Man walk, like marching out of the Garden of Welcome with like billowing flames on the ground behind us.
Yeah, you managed to make it around the lake. As you're running that way, you see, you look back and you see more and more of the Myconids that were left behind, presumably under Philo's influence, and Zugmoys are beginning to like slowly like trying to make their way as quick as they can up to the Garden of Welcome. And now you can't see the back area. This cavern is just starting to fill with smoke and the orange light of these flames, which is probably one of the brightest things you've seen in who knows how long since you've been away from the surface. And you all level up.
Yeah!
And that's where we'll leave this episode.
Well, boy howdy, how about the end of that episode? That was a good one, and I'm not just saying that at the end of every episode. But I am here with more news. Yes, this is another update for our outro. We've got a couple great things going on. The first of which is we're going to be launching our first sanity check, which is a new segment we're going to do every couple months to just update all of our listeners about the great things that we have going on. So kind of like an outro, but it's going to have the whole cast, and we'll be talking about all the different things in the pipeline that we're working on for the podcast. The first one of those is going to come out in April of 2023. The other thing that we're doing that is super fun is I'm actually running a one-shot with the gang. It's a little bit of a mini adventure. We've already recorded 2 episodes. We suspect there'll be 6, although depends on how they go through the story. So we'll be posting the first of those here pretty shortly as well. And then lastly, I just want to remind everybody about our socials. We've got memes dropping every Monday over on Twitter at The Madness Table. We've got an Instagram page that you can catch us on as well. And Will has been dropping some banger TikToks, so you can find us at The Madness Table over there as well. And I guess the last thing I'll mention is if you're interested in supporting us, if you're loving the show and want to toss a coin to your Witchers, that's us. It's going to be ko-fi.com/The Madness Table. And that's it. Until next time, when
the madness continues.